theme that
Well, thank
runs
you.
through your book is the importance of getting the big ideas right. That's a phrase I've heard you use many times over the last 20 years. Uh, Before we get to the specific conflicts from Gaza to Ukraine to Vietnam, say just a word about the importance of the big ideas and strategic leadership that can implement them.
Well, the biggest takeaway from the book is that strategic leadership really matters. It often has a determinative impact on a particular conflict. And this is leadership at the very top. It's the top civilian, President of the United States, Prime Minister of the UK, what have you. And then it is the battlefield commander, the theater commander, who has to figure out the right strategy, get the big ideas right to achieve the policy objectives established by the senior civilian. In essence, in short, a strategic leader has to perform four tasks superbly if that side is to have a chance to prevail. You do have to get the big ideas right. You have to understand the context, all the various aspects, the friendly forces, enemy forces, geographic terrain, human terrain, neighborhood, all the elements that affect that particular conflict. Get it to understand it, not make it what you'd like it to be, but develop the strategy that is appropriate for it. Again, get the big ideas right, then communicate them effectively throughout the breadth and depth of the organization, then oversee the implementation of the big ideas. This is what we normally think of as leadership, by the way. This is the example the leader provides, the energy, the inspiration. It's how the leader spends his or her time. It's crucially important. That's how you drive the implementation of a campaign plan. It's the metrics that you use. We'll talk, I'm sure, about Vietnam and how the enemy body count was a flawed metric. It was not the right metric. And then it also, of course, increasingly lacked integrity. It's attracting great people, keeping them, developing them, allowing those not measuring up to move on. And then there's a fourth task that is sometimes overlooked, and that is where the leader has to sit down formally and with events, action forcing mechanisms on the battle rhythm that enable the leader to determine how the big ideas need to be changed as the context itself change, as there's progress or setbacks or new developments and so on, so that the big ideas remain accurate, correct, and you repeat the process again and again and again. But it all starts, as you noted, with getting the big ideas right. And if the leader doesn't do that, the conflict has a pretty dim chance of being successful for that particular side.